Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus: wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create. Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes. The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.com. The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.com. The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at
But right now we're going to head right into your favorite part of the week, top plays on the special teams end, as you're going to see Steven Williams. He's going to return this kick, and another great angle here you see. He'll catch it off the scoop, and he's taken off right down the sideline. Nobody can catch him, makes two men miss. Kicker can't make the tackle, and he is gone. Steven Williams, kickoff return. He takes it all the way. Friends get the win.
So it's the quality cam here on the sideline. It's awesome to watch from this angle, to be honest with you. And watch, whoa, going up. He went to floor 12. He left the person there at floor 4.
Miss, crash back out. There it is, off the glass, the game winner. Unbelievable shot.
Crash the glass.
Late on the snap.
You might have seen this one before. Bang! Throws it right down the lane. Look at that quick elevation. Nobody, everyone got out of the way, Jay. They wanted no piece of it. And then here's a different angle. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Wow, does he get off? Loving this show.
But right now we're going to head right into your favorite part of the week, top plays on the special teams end.
Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that, with every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing
as we winded down the first half. They got on the board down 14-0, 14-7 now. And Hodgson, you talked about it at the break. Very successful up front in the trenches, running the football early in this one. Got a little bit away from that as we ended the first half. We'll see if that's what they decide to do here.
Yeah, they're starting off with Ames, obviously trips to the far side, single receiver near side. Let's see, this is out and now empty backfield, so they will pass.
It's going to be a running back bubble out of the, or flare out of the backfield. And we have a late penalty coming out as Ames reeled in the catch, picked up a few yards before he was hit late out of bounds.
Yeah, they're going to get Pepper, and it was close. I mean, he might have been one foot out of bounds, but he was giving himself up there. And they're the penalties you can't have if you're Middletown. Especially, you seized momentum at the break. You stopped them and pinned them deep in their own zone on the kickoff. You can't be giving them free yards like this. As sure Coach Blum is not thrilled with that penalty.
So that'll put the ball close to the Hodgson 35, so it'll be at the 34-yard line. New set of downs for the Silver Eagles. And same formation, they'll go trips far side. And one wide receiver out wide to C.J. Henry's left. Running back in the backfield is Ames. They'll flare him out once again. This time it's going to be quarterback draw up the middle, and C.J. Henry's got some space. And he's close to another Hodgson first down.
All right, well, we want to welcome back the viewers on 302 Sports right now. Obviously, some major technical difficulties kind of took it away from us there in the first half, and we sincerely apologize for that. But we're happy if you stuck with us and are still tuning in. But yeah, that was a good job. Same looking play. They throw a different variation on it. Henry picks up the first.
First time we've really seen him use his legs today. Didn't really have to. Now on first down, it'll be a quick give. And now it's going to be a pull.
How about this?
And Hodgson again fooling everybody in the stands. Got me fooled up here as it was a give to Ames, who broke a couple tackles and then spread out to the outside before he picked up at least 15 yards. A flag is down as well as a player being down from Middletown.
You know, it's interesting there because he looked like he was done. He was done right there on that play. Tackled in the backfield, somehow spun off and was able to pick up a big-time first down. well done there for the second effort from Ames, and this is what we saw in that first quarter from Hodgson. Not going down on that first contact, breaking tackles and making big plays down the field in the run game, and they're charging towards the end zone here into the Middletown territory. So, impressive job right now from them.
And now we don't know who the injured player is, but obviously we'll take a short break here. We'll take our first break of the second half when we come back. Second half action live from Hodgson High School.
Figures right when you say that.
I know, it's unreal.
Right when you say that, the kid gets up.
You may cramp up, though, and go back down.
Yeah. No graphics.
We got no graphics, no lower thirds, and no scoreboard. So we'll just pepper the time and score like we do for radio. Yeah.
First and 10 for the Silver Eagles. The ball spotted on Middletown's 38-yard line. Managing your money and snap. Learn more at AmericanSpirit.org.
Ready to save on everything you need to take on projects this fall?
This should be the last spot.
So on a 12.5-pound bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard Fall Lawn Food, now just $14.97. Fall is the perfect time to feed your lawn and help build strong roots for a better lawn next spring. And Halloween's coming up, so hand up the best eye candy this year and save $10 on a 12-foot inflatable green monster, now only $89. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Scott's offer valid through 10/2. Selection
Pass completed to Elijah Lewis.
Label offer valid through 9/25.
Tackled by Marquis Lewis.
Welcome back to the 302 Sports High School Football Game of the Week, presented by the U.S. Air Force on Fox Sports 1290 and on iHeartRadio.
Well, welcome back in live here at Hodgson High School. First down was a completion to Elijah Lewis for 8 yards. C.J. Henry and Hodgson now driving once again. Quick handoff up the middle to the Middletown 30 before he's quickly stopped by number 33, Ryan Cheaton. So a gain of a yard or so. Now sets up a third and short for Hodgson, now in Middletown territory.
Yeah, and they're getting things going in the air right now. Nick, the completion there that picked up the big chunk on the first down, and now they're set up third and short.
3 wide receivers to the right. 1 to C.J. Henry's left. Now he'll pull. They'll fake the belly read. He'll pull it. Now he'll throw far right. And that ball might be loose. It's going to scooped up. It was a loose ball. Nobody hopped on it. It's picked up by number 11, Timothy Butler, the DB, and he's going to take it at the 20, the 15, the 10, and he's going to go all the way for the defensive touchdown for Middletown.
How about that? Interesting play call there from Coach Moffitt. A little trickeration going on there, but the pass is dropped. You can't just watch it. You can't just watch that ball on the ground. It's the second time now that Hodgson has just let the ball and assumed it was incomplete. Both times Middletown hops on it. The first time, didn't hurt Hodgson. This time, Butler, 75-yard touchdown. Great job by Middletown, and all of a sudden, we may have a tie game here.
You said it, 14-13 before the extra point here, and Hodgson sees that momentum back out of the locker room. They got the penalty, the personal foul penalty against Middletown early in the drive. They're driving into Middletown territory, the Middletown 30, and on third down, a big defensive play there for the Cavaliers, and now just an extra point away from tying this thing up at 14, 9:56 to play here still in the third quarter.
That's just field awareness. It's very important. It looks like there's going to be a illegal formation or a false start, probably against, or will be against Middletown here. Move the extra point back. Actually, no. It was encroachment on Hodgson. So they should decline that, take the extra point. Man, it looks like they're going to take the yardage, Nick.
And we'll see if that changes anything for them.
Looks like they're going to still. Maybe the extra point was no good. I'm not sure. I thought it was good.
I thought it was as well, but after the stoppage, they'll realign up as we bring in now our guy, Jason Winslow here.
I think the whistle blew before the kick, so I think they blew the play dead, and therefore Middletown had no choice but to accept the penalty and re-kick.
Thank you, Jason, as the extra point is good, and now we'll take another break, 14-14. It's all tied up here at Hodgson High School between our 3 and 4 teams in the state, Hodgson and Middletown. We'll be right back. Wow. How about that?
Awareness, baby.
As soon as he did it, too, I'm thinking, you got to jump on it. Pat said it last time.
SFRC.org.
School bus drivers, custodians, nurses, just a few of the education support professionals who help schools in Delaware run smoothly. We'd like to honor an all-star in education, to award an ESP who's made an impact on your child.
We are back live here at Hodgson High School for our 302 Sports Game of the Week as Hodgson takes the Middletown kickoff to about the 20-yard line, but we do have a flag down on the return.
And this will be an interesting flag. There was a big-time hit there by the Middletown coverage team. I'm curious to see what this penalty is. Hodgson would have the ball around the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. So let's see what the officials are going to talk about here. But how about this? Middletown climbing their way back in this, Nick.
Again, a drive to close out the first half where they picked up a big defensive pass interference call against Hodgson that kept the drive alive on third down. They were able to cap that drive off with a touchdown to Jaheim Wing, and then a huge change in momentum last time around. Hodgson, they got the kickoff to start the second half, and just a mental mistake, I guess, if you're Hodgson throwing the wide receiver screen. It was behind the line of scrimmage. They didn't jump on it. Middletown read and reacted very quickly. Butler came up, scooped it up, and took it 75 yards for the defensive score, and that's how we're stuck all locked in here at 14.
It was a personal foul against Hodgson, moves them back even further to start this drive off, and right now, the last quarter and a little bit here, the Silver Eagles have kind of hit a wall a little bit. And now, obviously, a couple mistakes back-to-back here. Let's see how they respond. It's going to be important for them. Momentum's all on Middletown's side right now.
So they'll start out of the double slot formation. Running back is Hale next to C.J. Henry. 1st and 10. They'll give it to Hale. He's got room, breaks through the line of scrimmage. Now he's off to the races. The 40, the 45, the 50, before he's bought 40, throws another defender off. The 25, the 20, the 15, throwing defenders off, pushed out of bounds finally at the 8-yard line. Have a little memories of Marshawn Lynch and beast mode there out of Darius Hale.
He did. How about that? There was nobody lined up in the middle of the field, and once he got past the second defenders, the line of defenders and the linebackers, it was open season for him. Rumbling his way down the field. I mean, that was a good 70-yard run. And, number 10 there, Marquis Lewis, went for the punch of the ball, trying to force the fumble. And Hale just said, get off me, son. Threw him off and runs an extra 10, 15 yards. That's a big-time play for Hodgson.
Tried to punch it out around the 35. He didn't get pushed out to the 10. Now double slot once again. Henry will hand off this time to Ames, who cuts up the middle on the cutback, picks up about 4 yards. And now 2nd and about 6. They can get a first down at the 1-yard line.
That's a good first down play there for Hodgson. And again, I mean, the playbook's open here. 2nd and about 5 for them. This is what they needed. They needed that. The momentum was starting to shift, and Middletown was starting to feel themselves trying to get the crowd in it. Big-time move here for Hodgson. Let's see if they can finish it off.
Another quick handoff up the middle to Ames. He's stuck at the line of scrimmage, tries to power his way forward, but that Middletown defense going to push him backwards, so gain of about 1 or nothing on 2nd down. Sets up now 3rd and about 4. And again, what better way to answer that defensive score from Middletown than to put together a quick touchdown drive like this. That's what Hodgson's trying to do. 8:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. Hodgson 3rd and about 3 or 4 from the Middletown 4-yard line.
I can see Coach Baffa putting the ball in C.J. Henry's hands right here. Expect a little play-action pass.
Now it's Henry. He'll just hand off to Ames, outside off tackle to the left. He's trying to punch his way in. He's met at the 1-yard line. Tries to get in there, but he's stuck up.
Great job.
At the 1.
That was Marquis Lewis, number 10, coming up and sticking him. And he stopped him from getting in. Well, let's see. I'm not sure if there's
confusion. I believe a different player came out of the pile in the end zone with the ball. So unsure about what's that there, but they're just going to mark the play down, or now we're going to have a stoppage.
He stopped him, but we're going to measure to see if it's a first down. You see, the first down yard was was at the 1 yard line. This will be interesting, and this is big because if Hodgson doesn't get it, I would assume they're going to go for it. And if Middletown could get a stop here, could you imagine?
That'd be 2 huge defensive stands in a row for this Middletown defense. Now their backs are against the wall deep in their own end zone as Hodgson trying to punch this one in. And very fortunate if you're Hodgson, able to have that first down marker set at the 1 yard line. So able to get a first down here would be big. That'll set up first and goal from the 1.
And I think he's short. He is.
And he's short.
4th and an inch here, Nick. This is big.
So decision time now, which we would assume would be to go for it here if you're Coach Moffitt and Hodgson, as he'll call his team over to the sideline to talk about it.
I would think maybe a QB sneak, although they don't go under center. But you're gonna see Darius Hale probably check in here, the big fella.
There you see him, number 20. He'll walk back in with alongside quarterback C.J. Henry and Najee Lally, who will head out wide right. So here we go, 4th and inches, all tied up at 14. Third quarter action, 8 minutes to play. Hodgson trying to punch this one in from the Middletown 1 yard line. But all they need is a few inches to get a new set of downs. So here we go, Henry in the gun, 4th and inches. Darius Hale to his left. The crowd is up. The snap's going to be a quarterback draw, and he punches it in. C.J. Henry, touchdown, Hodgson.
There it is, and the big hog mollies up front there for Hodgson won the battle on that play. They put the ball in their playmaker's hands, and C.J. Henry, and he found the hole, and he ran that ball hard. Great job right there by the Hodgson front line and Henry for finding the hole.
Henry punches it in for his first touchdown of the afternoon. That puts Hodgson back on top, 20-14 here with 7:51 to go in the third quarter. Now just awaiting the extra point. And Hodgson, a big answer to that big defensive play out of Middletown.
Yes, and you know what? That's exactly what the Silver Eagles needed. 14 unanswered was scored by Middletown, and they recap and retake the lead here, and we're going to see the Middletown offense for the first time now in the second half.
Yes, we will. Colby Chambers, he's been settling in. We'll get a first look at him in second half action. Coming up next, we'll take a short break here live from Hodgson on 302 Sports, Fox Sports 1290, and iHeartRadio.
Presented by the U.S. Air Force on Fox Sports 1290 and on iHeartRadio.
Congratulations and thank you for supporting Hodgson Athletics.
Welcome back in live to 302 Sports and Fox Sports 1290. Nick Alessandrini, Jason Mitchell, Pat Carianis, and Pat, a little squib kick opening up for Hodgson to set Middletown up with decent field position.
That's the story of the game so far for their offense. I mean, they have not had to go very far.
And now they'll start it off with a quick handoff to Martin up the middle, but nowhere to run. That Hodgson defensive line picking up where they left off in the first half.
I mean, they're winning the battles up front, and their linebackers are coming forward. They're not standing on their heels. And, I mean, there's just a wall of humanity every time Middletown tries to run the ball.
So after the short gain on first down, sets up 2nd and 10 from Middletown's own 40-yard line. Colby Chambers now, again, back out here as quarterback for the Cavs here in the second half. As he'll look to the sideline, get the play call. Now they'll go trips out wide to the right, a back in the backfield, and then far side single receiver out left. Chambers will take the snap, looks immediately to his right, has his man. That's That's Demetric Denson who makes the catch. He'll pick up about 6.
And that's a good play if you're Middletown. I mean, you take what the defense gives you. You're not running the ball, so you got to get them where you got to get the yards where you can get them, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4. Good decision there for Chambers.
So 3rd down and about 4. Middletown, they've struggled on 3rd down here so far today. Got some help from a couple of penalties in the first half, but now another 3rd down for him here. Trips to the left. Number 9, our near side all by himself, is Isaiah Griffin, wide to the right of Chambers. In the backfield, it's Ben Martin to his right. Chambers on 3rd and short. He'll take the snap. He'll give to Martin, and he's met immediately by number 52. We've said his name a few times already. It's Eric Shimko making the play in the backfield.
Yeah, Shimko, he stands him up, pushes him back, and Clarence Travis finishes him off. And Middletown has just not been able to get anything going on the ground game, and they're going to be forced to punt here. Good stand there by the Hodgson defense as we approach the midway point of the 3rd quarter, and Hodgson lead 21-14.
So ever since the return of the fumble on the screenplay that Middletown returned when Hodgson threw the pass, it's been Hodgson answered with a touchdown drive of their own, and now come up here. It looks like a stop on the defensive end, so they'll probably get the ball back here. 5:41 to go as Pepper tries to punt it, and that one almost got a piece of it, but he does get the punt off and away, and it's going to be fielded at the 20. Get out to the 25, breaks a tackle, now out to the 30, tries to stay in bounds, and he does. Down the sideline he goes. That's number 8, Reginald McNeil, and he may take this punt all the way for the 60-yard touchdown. They do it on special teams. I guess he never went out of bounds.
He did it. He tiptoed the sideline, and the freshman picks up the big-time touchdown as Hodgson opens their lead back up to 2 scores. Special teams obviously is an important part of this game, and they took advantage of that one. Shimko's fired up. The sidelines are fired up. They should be. Hodgson regaining the 2-touchdown lead.
And I apologize for the stutter there. We both, I think, thought he might have stepped out down the sideline, but what magnificent footwork again there by Reggie McNeil. And I believe, if I'm looking at this right, just a freshman.
Yeah, the freshman, big-time play right there. And that's huge for Hodgson.
And that puts up now them up 27-14, awaiting the extra point. 5:24 still to play in the 3rd. Hodgson has responded well since the defensive touchdown by the Cavaliers, as Hale will run on late here for the extra point attempt.
It's big time. Middletown had momentum going into the half and then coming out of the half, and it's been quite an answer for the Hodgson Silver Eagles. The extra point is no good. Couldn't quite get that one off the ground, but they're up 13 right now. They're in a good spot.
Yes, they are. Hodgson, another big-time touchdown. They go up 13, 27-14. We'll take another break when we come back. Still second half action live from Hodgson on Fox Sports 1290, 302 Sports, and iHeartRadio.
Fox Sports 1290 and iHeartRadio. This is the 302 Sports High School Football Game of the Week, presented by the U.S. Air Force.
Roger Smith on the return for Middletown.
And again, back live, Nick Alessandrini, Pat Garianis, Jason Winchell, Nick Canella, all on hand for a big-time football matchup here in the state of Delaware. Saturday morning matinee kickoff here, Pat. 27-14, 5:18 to play in the 3rd quarter. Hodgson has just responded with back-to-back scores.
Yeah, they have, and they're clicking on all cylinders once again, like we saw in that 1st quarter. Middletown, once we said it early in this game, and they kind of responded. They need an answer now. They need to give another answer here if they want to keep this thing under wraps.
So they'll open up this drive out of the shotgun. Griffin, lone side, near side receiver by himself, trips to the right. And Smith in the backfield next to Chambers, and now we have a whistle and stoppage on the field.
They only had 10 guys. Oh, no, they had 11. They didn't like what they saw. Coach Moffitt was not happy with what he was seeing. And you're starting to see the Middletown offense. They get lined up, see how the defense is, and then they look over to Coach Blum and the offensive coordinators over there for Middletown, and they're reading the defense. So, you want to make sure that they have what they need out there as far as, the Hodgson is concerned. It looks like they switched some personnel up. They put number 25, Jared Bryant, who's a linebacker out there, took off number 50, which is Amaj Fletcher, defensive lineman. So they wanted to put the nickel package out there against the spread out offense of Middletown here.
And we'll see if Middletown decides to air it out here in the second half. Started to click for him as they wound things down in the first half. Chambers seemed to find himself. We'll see what he does here now. Double slot formation, one running back to the left of Chambers. It's Smith. He'll take the snap, drop back. He's looking right, going to roll right. Going to line up and fire this one deep. He's got a man deep down the field, and it's just going to be a safety play by the corner who jumped and will take the pass interference call as opposed to giving up the touchdown, but the ball a little underthrown.
Yeah, underthrown, but good job there from Walker getting behind there. And, it was a clear pass interference play there on Broomall. He never turned around for the football and made contact with him. But you'd rather take the 15-yard penalty than the 60-yard pass. So, all in all, it's not the worst thing in the world for the Silver Eagles.
Yeah, heads-up play there by the secondary of Hodgson. Again, it was DeQuez Walker who had 2 steps on the defender downfield before he was obviously interfered with. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. And now Middletown has it 1st and 10 directly at midfield here as they try to drive into Hodgson territory.
Yeah, Chambers, he put a decent throw on the ball. If he throws that a second sooner, he probably hits him dead in stride.
Same formation, double slot, Smith to the left of Chambers. He'll take it, they'll give it to Smith up the middle. He gets through the initial line of scrimmage to the second level of defenders where he's brought down at about the 45, so he'll pick up 5 on first down.
Yeah, Quamir Meadows making the play there. And you're right, if Meadows doesn't make that tackle, Smith was about to make something happen there. It's one of the first times we've seen him be able to get through that initial push.
So now 2nd and short for the Cavaliers here. Again, same double slot formation. Smith to the left of Chambers, who's in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, drop back, looking left, immediately going to roll left. Now still looking, going to fire across his body into the middle of the field, and that's intercepted. It's picked off at the 30-yard line, and it'll be returned to about the 35. So Chambers tried to force that crossbody throw. Hodgson was there.
And Haynes with the interception. However, they're going to call a roughing the passer on that one. You saw, I believe that was Clarence Travis, kind of go for the kill shot, and it must have been a little too high, a shot on there, and Chambers, little chirper going on from the Middletown quarterback, looks over to the Hodgson sideline, gives him a little clap, says, "I'm still here. I'm all right, man."
And Chambers been hit a couple times so far today.
It's a big time penalty right there, as it will nullify a turnover for Hodgson.
We've seen some big defensive plays from Hodgson be overturned by some penalties. A big one here with 4:27 to go in the third quarter. A roughing the passer on an interception thrown by Colby Chambers, so that'll take back obviously the interception. Now Middletown, a new set of downs at the Hodgson 30, and that'll continue this drive.
It will, and this is what Middletown needed to do. You surrendered 13 unanswered points. It's been a back and forth. They're looking for an answer here. And their drive, this is the best drive we've seen them put together.
So trips to the right, they'll quickly hand off to Smith. Nowhere to run. There's that Hodgson defense once again blowing it up at the line of scrimmage.
Meadows unblocked in there, and Smith is not going to run away from those big guys once they get their hands on him.
So now that'll be a loss of about 3. That puts the ball at the 33-yard line now. So 2nd and 13 for Middletown from the Hodgson 33 as we tick down to the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. And it looks as though Middletown again line up in the double slot formation. Chambers in the gun, Smith to his left. He'll take the snap, look right, fires right. Has his man hit in the hands, but Walker can hold on to it on the quick speed out.
Yeah, and you saw right there in the slot, though, Griffin wide open down the seam. Hodgson jumped that slant. Again, look for that to come back a little later in the game. Maybe you see a pump fake from Chambers.
So now that sets up 3rd and extra long for the Cavaliers. 3rd and 13 from their Hodgson 33-yard line. We'll see what Coach Blum dials up here.
This is big play. You know, I mean, you're in 4-down territory. You don't have to get it all right here, Nick.
So Chambers will take the snap. He'll drop back, looking right. He'll set. He'll throw. Fires to the middle. Has his man. That's Walker across the 20 to about the 16-yard line, and a big-time 3rd down conversion for Middletown.
What a hand catch right there from DeQuez Walker. I mean, he fingertip grabbed that from the top, turns and gets the 1st down. That's a big-time 3rd down conversion for the Cavaliers.
And they needed it desperately. They're down 27-14, 3:30 to go in the 3rd after Hodgson has scored on consecutive possessions. And again, Middletown trying to answer, get some momentum shift back their way as Colby Chambers looks to the sideline, grabs the signal, and now they'll line up with a receiver on each side, flanker to the left, 2 running backs now for Chambers. He'll take the snap, hand to Smith, who's met immediately again at the line of scrimmage.
Shimko right there. Turns, gives the sideline and his family some love. I mean, you run into that big fella, you're not really going anywhere. And again, Middletown unable to really get the running game going.
Shimko been all over the field for Hodgson today. And now that'll set up 2nd and long, 2nd and about 11 for Middletown. Double slot, Najee Smith to the left of Colby Chambers, who sits in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, drop back, he's going to look right, sets, throws right, and overthrows Walker over his head as he was trying to run a little out there as well.
There was some contact going on there, but it wasn't past the 5-yard cushion there. You know, you're allowed to make contact with the receiver until 5 yards, and that was definitely within that umbrella. Good coverage there from the Hodgson defense.
So now another 3rd down for Middletown, a big conversion last time around. We'll see what they do on 3rd and 11 now that they're deeper into Hodgson territory. Again, they trail 27-14 with 2:32 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Once again, you're going to see a pass coming here from Middletown, spread out 2 by 2. Got single coverage over here on Walker.
Chambers will take the snap, immediately roll left, tries to fire, and what a defensive play there. It was Shimko one time, this time breaks up the pass.
Not quite sure if I love that, with a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left side, having to completely twist his body to make the throw. He had single coverage over here on DeQuez Walker, who has shown that he can make big plays for this team in the passing game. It's a little just questionable. I mean, obviously we don't know if that was the play drawn up or if that was just Chambers trying to make something happen there. But 4th down now and 11, Nick. Let's see if they go back over to their playmaker, number 3, who's in the slot to this near side.
Double slot to the right. A running back to the left, it's Martin. Chambers drops back on 4th and 11. He'll fire across the middle, tipped and incomplete as they had 2 receivers almost running into each other there. Mason Murphy stuck out with his left hand, tipped the ball, and it falls incomplete. Hodgson, they'll take over on downs.
Yeah, and it's tough with the crossing routes there. One guy's at 4 yards, one guy's at 6 yards, and they cross at the same point, and that's when the ball was thrown. But the pressure there from the Hodgson front forced Chambers to make a decision probably before he wanted to, and that led to the turnover on down. That's a big stop from the Hodgson defense.
Big stop is right, and now a chance to, if they can score, extend this lead to the largest of the game. Right now they lead by 13, 27-14, 2:22 to play here in the 3rd quarter, and C.J. Henry back in the shotgun, double slot. They'll hand off tackle to the right side.
It's a good stop there by that defensive front of Middletown. Getting in there was number 62, who we've seen him with his leg get the job done, Sean Freeberg, and then also number 70, Latarian Spruill.
2nd down.
So I believe Hale in the backfield now on 2nd and about 8. Hodgson has it at their own 20. Wow. It looks like a miscommunication in the backfield or just a great
All-out
penetration
blitz,
by
yeah.
that defense from Middletown. Either way, it'll be a loss of yards on second down.
This is all-out blitz. Too many men for the front to block, and getting in there, number 33, Ryan Cheaton, making the play, as well as number 24, William Priestley. Two younger guys from Middletown, and unblocked, and that's a big-time loss. Third down and long for Hodgson here.
The 125 and ticking here as we wind down the third quarter. Hodgson up 27-14. Our 302 Sports, Fox Sports 1290 game of the week. Saturday morning football coming at you here today as C.J. Henry sits in the shotgun now. He's got two wide receivers to his right, a wide receiver to his left, and now he'll flare out Ames. Henry looking for Ames, and he'll reload and fire across the middle, and he's got his man. It's Elijah Lewis who takes the slant. He's going to turn it up like Odell Beckham Jr. and take this one all the way to the house. Another touchdown for Hodgson.
Unbelievable job there, and you know what? We're going to have to keep an eye on that one as our Alias Group genuine connection of the game, as well as the genuine connection of the week. Unbelievable job by C.J. Henry, putting his running back out to the flat, looking at him with his eyes, coming back and throwing that thing across the middle, hits Lewis in stride. That's just a beautiful job, and Lewis did the rest there. I mean, they were untouched all the way to the end zone. Big-time play for Hodgson, 80 yards.
You said it, took the slant, turned up field, and outran everybody on the opposing defense of Middletown. 33-14 now, 54 seconds to play still here in the third quarter, and this third quarter has belonged to the Hodgson Silver Eagles.
It has, and you know what? It's very similar to the game we saw last week with Salesianum and Dover, where, you know, close game there. Middletown, obviously, with the big-time play, ties this game up early in the third quarter, but since then, it's been foot on throat and pedal to the metal for Hodgson.
And now the largest lead of the ball game for the Silver Eagles. They came out of the locker room, like you said, similar to what Sally's did last weekend. This time around, it's Hodgson at home, going up 33-14. Now we're going to see a two-point attempt here as Hale punches it in from 2 yards out for the conversion. And just like that, 35-14, Hodgson leads.
Yeah, it's a good job there for Hodgson. You get it to the even three-score lead, 21 points. You know, that's important. And you know what? We're starting to see a statement being made here by this Hodgson team. Big plays, long drives, stellar defense. They've done it all in this game. And, you know, this is a good Middletown football team. And they came into this game 2-0 and only surrendered 6 points in their first two games. They got 35 up on them here through three. This is a big-time statement being made by the Silver Eagles.
Hodgson, they've had some big games so far this year. They're having that opening up game against Dover here on Saturday. That was supposed to be a great matchup between two top 5 teams.
Right.
Hodgson, they looked a lot better, outperformed Dover very well, put a beating on them there. And then you see again another big time matchup here where they welcome in Middletown, another top 5 team. And again, they're showing out once again for the Hodgson Silver Eagles. They love their big primetime matchups. And their primetime is Saturday morning.
That's true.
As the kick is up and away. Fielded at the 20-yard line by Smith. He'll try to make something happen here. Cuts outside, gets to the 40-yard line before he's wrestled down at the 41. So that's where Middletown will start their next drive.
Hey, that's some room there. Made a couple men miss. That's a good tackle there by number 36, Brandon Parker for Hodgson. And, you know, Middletown right now, they're in a dangerous spot right here. Hodgson once again has gotten hot. 3 quick scores here in this third quarter. Could take a lot out of you, and you're starting to see a lot of people over there on that Middletown sideline, you know, heavy breathing and a lot of walking around, although you're seeing the offense run out onto the field, which is a good sign. Let's see if they have one last run in them. They're going to need to make something happen fast here with only a quarter and some change left to play.
So a 3-score ball game now here as Middletown trails 35-14. 42 seconds left to go here. Still in the third quarter. Chambers out of the gun, and he'll just hand it off to Smith, who is again wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage. That penetration from that Hodgson defensive line and defense overall has been fantastic.
Amir Mitchell-Marvel coming through there to make that tackle, and up front, Middletown's not staying on blocks, and that's kind of been the answer all game. They're making, I guess, and they're making initial contact with Hodgson, but Hodgson's just throwing them around like rag dolls, and once you're not able to establish the run, you know, it's tough to in this state to win only relying on the pass. Not many teams are capable of doing it, and that's what you're seeing here.
trips to the left, one wide receiver here near side to Colby Chambers' right. He's got a running back in the backfield to his right. It's Smith.
I'll let this one tick away to the fourth quarter. It's a smart decision.
Yep, and with them, we'll take a break of our own here on 302 Sports, Fox Sports 1290, and iHeartRadio. And we come back, fourth quarter action live from Hodgson between Middletown and Hodgson on 302 Sports. Welcome back live, 302 Sports, Fox Sports 1290, and iHeartRadio. Nick Alessandrini, Pat Garianis on hand here. Jason Winsel on site. Nick Cannella back in the studio. Second and about 14 for Middletown here as we begin the fourth quarter. They'll have it at their own 38-yard line. Quickly going to get this thing started. Out wide to Griffin, who makes the catch, makes a cut back inside at midfield, and he has some space. He'll dive to about the 44-yard line of Hodgson. So into Hodgson territory, the Cavs go once again.
Yeah, and good pitch, good catch right there. Chambers getting that thing to Griffin, and Griffin making a couple men miss, picking up a first down. They're going to need to work fast, and they're going to need to get big plays if they want to get back in this game.
Again, clock ticking now, under 11:45 to play. Middletown, you said it, down 3 scores as they're trying to get back in this one. Hodgson, they've come out in the second half and done exactly what they wanted to do, be physical, score some points. As Chambers takes the snap, he'll drop back. He's looking right. Going to make the defender miss, step up in the pocket now, gets outside and fires, has Griffin again, who picks up another Middletown first down and some extra change as well, and about to the 25-yard line.
Great job by Chambers, right? I mean, you look at him and you're thinking, you know, he's not an exceptional athlete with his feet, but he's just enough, right? And he makes a couple men miss. Great keeping the play alive, finds his go-to guy so far in this game, Griffin, for the big first down. That's well done by the junior quarterback from Middletown.
And again, they'll keep the pace up here. No huddles. The offense will stay on the field, ready to go here. 1st and 10 from the Hodgson 27-yard line. Chambers in the gun, double slot. Now he'll hand off. I believe it's Martin who gets the ball. Now we have a late flag come in. He picked up about 2 before he was wrestled down.
We'll see what this flag's for, potentially holding. But we'll take a look at it, and it is holding against Middletown, and we haven't seen many of those on either side, holding penalties. It's going to hurt. It's going to push him back.
Yeah, definitely not an opportunistic time for a holding penalty if you're the Cavaliers. That'll set up 1st and very long, 1st and 20, as that'll back them up now to the Hodgson 39-yard line.
10-yard penalty.
With 11:19 to play in this one. Again, thanks for joining us on your Saturday morning into afternoon. Again, Delaware getting prepared for kickoff. They play Penn here. You can check that on 94.7 WDSD at 1 o'clock. Your warm-up here, a little high school action on Saturday morning as Griffin goes in motion to create trips out to the left for Middletown. Number 4, Demetric Denson. He's out far side by himself. Chambers in the shotgun. Martin in the backfield. Chambers wanted the quick throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he'll slide down after a gain of 1. He wanted something early. Had the pump fake, it wasn't there, so he tucked it and went down.
It's a smart play by Chambers. You got to defend yourself on that one. You're not going to be taking a big-time shot right there. Nobody's open. I'd like to have seen him hold on maybe for a split second more. But you know, you live to play another down.
And now this down will be 2nd and 20, again from the Hodgson 38-yard line. Double slot for Chambers. Got a running back next to him. He'll drop back, looking left, trying to get the wide receiver screen. It wasn't there, and then he's wrapped up in the backfield as he's taken down. It'll be a sack for the Hodgson defense. I believe it was Hale.
It was Darius Hale, and unfortunately there for Middletown, you're seeing Chambers. He got twisted up on that one.
Yeah, the gator roll.
And he's in some pain right now. And I don't know who Middletown's third quarterback would be, but that's not a great sign for them.
Yep, so we'll take our last break here in the fourth quarter. 10:16 to play in this one. 35-14 Hodgson. They lead Middletown. We'll be right back on Fox Sports 1290, iHeartRadio, and 302 Sports. Here live, 302 Sports, Fox Sports 1290.
Over a decade of high school football on Fox Sports 1290 and iHeartRadio. This is the 302 Sports High School Football Game of the Week, presented by the U.S. Air Force.
And again, we are back here live on 302 Sports, Fox Sports 1290, and the iHeartRadio app. Middletown trying to climb back in this one. Only 10 minutes to play. They're down 21, and now third-string quarterback. It'll be the wide receiver, Isaiah Griffin, and now he'll take it out of the Wildcat as Colby Chambers was able to make his way to the sideline. Hopefully he's okay. Obviously he was banged up on the previous play, and now Middletown now looking at their third quarterback.
Yeah, and obviously we talked about Braden Davis in the pregame not being available for them, and it'll bring an interesting change to their offense there. That quarterback with Griffin, he's elusive back there. You're gonna have to keep an eye on him to run the football. But yeah, fourth down and long here in Middletown. They're in a tough spot, that's for sure.
And they'll send out the punting unit. Pepper back on to punt for the Cavs as Hodgson still leads 35-14. Exactly 10 minutes to play left in this one in our high school game of the week. This punt is up and away, and it'll bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So Hodgson will begin their next drive at the 20.
Yeah, now I think you see Hodgson probably try to chew some clock up. Probably ground and pound the ball. I would expect a heavy dosage of Hale and Ames here to close this one out. So here we go. We'll see here, Jay, what this Hodgson offense can bring to the table. And like I said, I would expect some heavy dosage. You see 2 by 2 here. 2 receivers to the near and far side. Ames the running back in the backfield. He takes the carry, spins off a 1, pushes his way forward for about 5 or 6 yards. That's a positive play there for Hodgson on the first down carry. As once again, I would expect them to let this clock continue to dwindle down. Nick, I would expect them to wait to see that back judge start moving his arms, because that's usually when you're under 10 and under 5 seconds on the play clock.
Absolutely. Make sure you stick around. Pat will be awarding our Crown Trophy Player of the Game here soon. I'm sure you got some players in your head right now that you're thinking about.
So many you could choose from.
And as that one's handed off up the middle, and breaking tackles again is Darius Hale. It's impossible to bring him down with just a few guys. You need at least 4 or 5 guys to bring down that man.
He is. He's a truckload, man, and maybe he's one of those guys that's up for it right now with the player of the game. Their backfield has been very good, Hodgson's.
And again, a special guest, Master Sergeant Smith here will be handing out our Crown Trophy Player of the Game award down on the field. You'll see it live on the 302 Sports stream broadcast. If you're watching it that way, you'll get the pictures on all of our social media. Again, that coming up after the game. 8:48 to play, 35-14 the lead for Hodgson. And now a handoff to Ames. He's got space off tackle, breaks a tackle. And now he'll get a first down for Hodgson out to midfield. So Hodgson letting the clock run, still able to pick up some yards.
Yeah, and it's what we expected to see from them. They're going to get behind that big offensive line and those really talented running backs and work this thing down. They're going to stay in bounds. They're going to milk this clock and try and physically, beat up Middletown here to finish this game off.
Now Hodgson again. Now a new set of downs at midfield. 1st and 10. For C.J. Henry and company, 8:19 to go here in the 4th quarter. On a beautiful day here at Hodgson High School. Sun was right above us, our outdoor press box here. As another handoff up the gut here for Hale.
I mean, he is just a load. Dragging defenders.
That one for about 7 yards to the Middletown 43, 2nd and short.
It's extremely impressive what they've been able to do here, and they're in a position now to really kind of close this one out.
And with that, we'll welcome in now our 3rd broadcast member, Jason Winchell, to help take us home on this one. And Jay, just overall, what have you seen so far out of Hodgson? They look real impressive so far.
Yeah, to me, Hodgson got back to their bread and butter here in the second half, and it's pounding the ball on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. And right there you saw a pass completed. Henry to John Broomall, and they pick up about close to first down yardage, and they actually do. They get that first down as Hodgson continues to move this ball down here to try and finish this one off. As I see down in the stands here, Jay, Quadri Henderson is down there taking this one in, as well as Jair Davis, 2 Delaware legends, one currently, one formerly. So here we go. 1st out of 10 here for Hodgson. They're going to try and close this one out. We got trips to the far side, including an H-back. They'll go to Ames up the middle. He's going to fall forward. That pile's going to pile up about 3 yards. And I mean, Jay, this is what you're expecting to see from Hodgson.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, their offensive line. The Middletown's defense is tired right now here, and Hodgson's going to do what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball and run this clock down and protect a 21-point lead.
Absolutely. As we approach around 6.5 minutes to go here, Hodgson in no particular hurry at all. And Jay, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough one to figure out a Crown Trophy player of the game.
Yeah. So many options, like we were saying.
I mean, Hale's really dominated with the run of the ball. Ames has the long touchdown and has done his share. Henry with a touchdown pass and managing the game very well. The offensive line has been great up front.
5-yard penalty, repeat the down.
So we'll see where we're going to go with it.
The offensive line, the defensive line has been impressive. They put pressure on Middletown all day long.
That they have. And now you'll see, once again, same formation, 2 receivers, and there's another false start.
Lack of the play.
Lack of snap for Hodgson.
Ball start against Hodgson.
Make a 2nd down and 7 here for the Silver Eagles. So they're in cruise control in this one.
The good thing is they've been able to run another minute off the clock with these penalties.
Oh, and that's what they're doing.
Yep.
They got a matchup next week with Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant, last time I saw, they were beating Concord 10-7.
Ames with the spin move, nothing doing. Great job by the Middletown front. Led on that one by number 33, Ryan Cheaton.
Ryan Cheaton, number 33, in on the tackle.
And, of course, Middletown, they'll go on and take on the Cougars with Delcastle next week.
And what we saw, Pat, the Chambers came up injured, so that game all of a sudden.
Interesting, right?
Yes.
Very, very interesting. So we'll see. Hodgson, 2 backs in the backfield. Ames gets the carry. He's going to come around, follow his blocker, and he'll be across the 30-yard line to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made on that play by number 24,
Timothy Butler, number 24,
William Priestley.
both in on the tackle for Middletown.
Yeah, and again, another good play. Hodgson gets those offensive linemen out in front of you, and you just follow your blockers, and you can pick up the first down.
First down.
Absolutely, and we've seen that from both Hale and from Ames. As they pick up, that was good for first down yardage, and we're approaching 5 minutes to play now. Ames and Hale stand side by side to the quarterback, C.J. Henry. Two receivers to the near side. This one will go to the Ames. He'll come near side, and he's tripped up. Good job there from Butler
Josh Ames
on the trip up.
Second down.
But it's still good 3 or 4 yards on that play, Jay.
Yeah, and if you, like we were saying, if you could take 3 or 4 yards, stay ahead of the sticks, it makes it easier on your offense, and that's what they've done. And especially here in the second half, they did have the big run by Hale, big run by Ames in this game, so they are running the ball well.
They are, and they have all game, and that's really where they've won this one, to be honest with you. And this one, Henry Blues is in, and it's going to be recovered. Najee Smith gets in there from Middletown. It was on the exchange there. You saw Henry trying to ride the running back and keep it. That ball popped out, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, it is, and it's been Middletown defense fell on it and get the ball back for the offense here with 4:12 left in this one.
We have some scores from last night's football games. We had Delmar 40, Queen Anne's County 27.
So Middletown will take over, and let's see what this offense looks like now. Obviously, without Chambers in there at quarterback, we saw Griffin take over for one play last possession. Let's see what they get with.
And the one thing this Middletown offense has not been able to do all game is find the ground game. And that's been the difference. Hodgson's run the ball well. Middletown hasn't, and when you become one-dimensional, it makes it that much harder for you.
You're exactly right, and we're going to see what they put together. Obviously, Smith in the backfield. They give this one off to Ben Martin, who not much room, and there hasn't been much room at all in this one. That Hodgson front has been great. That's about a 1 yard gain for Martin. Shimko in on that tackle, and second down and long upcoming here from Middletown, and we're going to have Walker, the split, out to the left, too wide. It's going to be Griffin and Smith in the backfield. Griffin's going to drop back to pass, makes one man miss, makes two men miss, and you know what? He's got the little Michael Vick experience. Rolls out here to this near side towards the Hodgson sideline, makes two defenders miss and gets out of bounds, picks up about 5 yards. Not a bad play.
No, like you said, he's a wide receiver normally, so it's almost kind of like running the Wildcat offense.
Northeast 7, Dover
Absolutely, and
7.
you know it's something that's different. Obviously, that's not something that is Chambers' expertise. So you get a mobile quarterback like that. He's going to roll out to the far side throw, and that's incomplete. So we got our first look at the throw for Griffin. And Jay, this Middletown upcoming now, fourth down.
Yeah, like you said, it's this right now they just can't get that ground game going, and
Fourth down.
So fourth down upcoming for Middletown, and they're going to punt. 3:27 to go in the fourth quarter. 35-14, Hodgson on top. Here's Pepper back to punt. He gets it away. He gets run into, but nothing there. And that ball will roll down to the Hodgson 30-yard line. And that's where they'll take over. First down and 10 for them. 3:17 to go for Hodgson here. And, Jay, we have elected, or selected, I should say, our 302 Sports and also our Crown Trophy player of the game. And It's going to be on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Offense was spread around well, but defense has really been led by one guy.
Yeah, and, it was not an easy decision here, but we're going to go with Eric Shimko.
Absolutely.
The outside linebacker, offensive lineman for Hodgson.
Yeah, he was all over the field defensively and in the backfield, a lot of tackles for loss, and really kind of led that defense, which it's been one of the more impressive performances we've seen in this game, is how great they've been in stopping the running game for Middletown.
Yeah, they have defensively. And remember, one of Middletown's touchdowns was the fumble return. So they only gave up one touchdown defensively, and that was all on short field position. So their defense was incredible today, and they're going to go to 3-0 and
13-game regular season winning streak now for Hodgson. First down play to Ames was driven back in the backfield, 5-yard loss, and now we'll face second and 15. 2-by-2 set. They get a little trickeration here, a little shuffle pass forward to the receiver in motion. Najee Lally, he gets back to that original line of scrimmage over towards the Middletown sideline. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for Hodgson.
And the good thing is he gave himself up before he went out of bounds to keep that clock running.
Yes, he did.
Heads up play.
3rd down and 10. 2 minutes to go in this one. Hodgson in no hurry at all, as they're looking to the sideline to get the formation in the set. It's going to be Henry in the backfield, Ames and Hale to his left and right. One receiver far side, 2 receivers to the near. Shotgun formation. They stop, look over again, see if there's an adjustment to be made. They're back under there. Henry takes the snap, gives it off to Ames. He comes near side. Following his blockers, he's got room. He gets to the 45-yard line. 1st down yardage. Tackle made on the play there by number 8, Jaheim Wing. But another 1st down for Hodgson, and that should allow this one to be wrapped up.
Yeah, it should. And again, another big run by Hodgson. And I'll tell you what, that offensive line earned their check today. They did a great job of getting out there and setting the blocks, setting the edge, and the Hodgson team was able to keep the ground game going all game long.
And it was an interesting game. Obviously, Hodgson gets off to the great start. Middletown scores right before the half. They get the turnover for a touchdown to start the half. It was 14-all, and then Hodgson really took over and dominated that 3rd quarter. 21 unanswered points as C.J. Henry takes the knee. 48 seconds remain. One more play should do this one. As, like you say, Jay, Hodgson will move on to 3-0, and Middletown has to regroup now with now their 2nd quarterback going down to injury.
Yeah, like we said, they got Delcastle next week, and but they're it's hard when you're down to your 3rd-string quarterback.
Yes, it is. Well,
what a performance here by Hodgson, and could they make the claim to be the new #1 team?
They could.
Them, Slazy Animal, those 2 teams in the mix. It'll be an interesting decision to see what happens.
That it will. Well, that will do it here for regulation as the clock winds down. Hodgson moves on to 3-0, 35-14 as they get the win. We'll step aside here, and when we come back, we'll have our post-game discussion for you live on 302 Sports and Fox Sports 1290.
Your Silver Eagles are on the road next week as they travel to Mount Pleasant on Saturday, September 28th at 12 p.m. Be sure to travel with the team and support your Silver Eagles as they travel to Mount Pleasant next Saturday. Have a great weekend, everybody.
So we'll come back and do a post game, and then when I send you out, we'll be done. Perfect. Okay.
Celebrate with DFRC as they observe the 65th anniversary of the Blue Gold All-Star Football Game. Again this year, the game will be played under Friday Night Lights on Friday, June 19th, 2020 at
Delaware Stadium in Newark. Mark your calendars now to join them as they celebrate the abilities of each life and the accomplishments of thousands. Be a part of this Delaware tradition that enriches the lives of all Delawareans. It's so much more than one night and one game. Help support DFRC today at dfrc.org.
At Domino's, you can carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. And with carry-out insurance, we'll remake your pizza for free if anything happens to it after you leave the store. Even if it's not your fault. Like if it's a flash hailstorm's fault. Oh, no. Or if it's a bee in your car's fault. Go, get out of here. Or even if it is your fault for taking song lyrics entirely too literally. You must ask for the limited time carry-out offer. Prices and participation may vary.
Sounds good.
For this promotion applies exclusively to Domino's Pizza LLC, its affiliates, and franchisees. Restrictions apply. See Domino's.com.
Welcome back to Amazon Prime One-Day Delivery Trivia. Now to the next question. If Adam can get a chainsaw in one day with Amazon Prime One-Day Delivery, and Sharon can get a leaf blower in one day with One-Day Delivery, what are the odds their neighbor will order noise-canceling headphones with Amazon Prime One-Day Delivery? Yes, Sarah.
Pretty good.
Correct. Introducing One-Day Delivery from Amazon Prime. Order from millions of items. Peace and quiet delivered.
Welcome to the American Spirit Federal Credit Union post-game show. American Spirit Federal Credit Union, with locations in Newark, Middletown, and Dover. Visit AmericanSpirit.org.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, listening on Fox Sports 1290 and watching on 302 Sports. And I'm Pat Garianis, alongside me, Jason Winchell. We're going to wrap this one up here, Jay. And, we've talked about it ad nauseum here throughout the broadcast, but Hodgson got this job done up front and with the run game.
Yeah, and they did it early. They get up, they jump out to that 14-0 lead. Middletown made adjustments, got back in with that defensive touchdown. But Hodgson got back to that bread and butter after it, and Hale broke that long run after that penalty, put them back in their own territory, that big run, and from there the momentum just carried over. And we saw a Middletown defensive line that was, by the end of the game, was just ran out of gas.
Absolutely, and Middletown had a lot of guys playing on both sides of the football. Hodgson, not as many playing on either side of the ball, and that really helped in the second half. We saw it last week in Salesianum versus Dover, where the size and the strength and the freshness wore down Dover against Salesianum, and we saw much of the same here, Hodgson to Middletown.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what makes these teams in the top so good is their Sally's, and especially Hodgson, the size up front, and then the coaches know they have the advantage, and they're going to use that advantage. And like you said, by the second half, Hodgson and Salesianum are able to run the ball effectively, and it takes a lot out of the defense. And Hodgson did it here today, and that was formula for success. But credit to Coach Moffitt, and the boys after Middletown tied it, they got back to their bread and butter and were able to come out here with a nice 21-point victory over Middletown.
Absolutely, and before we look ahead, we got to talk about some of the big plays and big players that we saw. It wasn't all done on the ground. There was a big play through the air, and it will be our Alias Group genuine connection of the game and perhaps of the week, as we will see that later on. And it was a big play in that third quarter where we saw Hodgson score 21 unanswered. C.J. Henry threw a laser to Elijah Lewis, who took it 80 yards for a touchdown. Yeah, and like you said, it was all set up, great pass, and then Lewis caught the ball, and bye-bye. Yeah. Just put on the Jets, and it was a great play, and it was the third touchdown, of that 21 unanswered, yeah. Right. And then, of course, our Crown Trophy player of the game, we got to give props to Eric Shimko, really leading that defense and was the anchor to shut down that Middletown running game. Yeah, he was, and we came in saying that Smith, the Middletown, has the speed and he's able to follow his blocks, but Shimko would not let him get open all day long, coming in with the numerous tackles for that defense, and he deserves a 302 Sports Crown Jewel player of the game. Absolutely. And before we wrap this one up, Jay, let's look ahead. What direction do you see these two teams going? Hodgson obviously 3-0 with some games coming up that are going to be tough. Middletown now 2-1, but down 2 quarterbacks. Yeah, and if you look, Hodgson's got Mount Pleasant, Concord, 2 Flight A games. And then sitting there
in the middle of the schedule on October 11th, a rare 4 p.m. game here at Hodgson. Howard comes in. Howard, the Flight B and Division II, they're up there high in the rankings. That's always a big rivalry game. And then further down, Slasianum at AI DuPont. So they got some and William Penn and Appo to finish the season. So they got a couple weeks to get ready for these matchups, and then the tail end of their season is going to be hit with some strong matchups.
Absolutely, and for Middletown, it's a tough loss, but they can regroup and pull some things together now.
Yeah, and so they get Delcastle next week, but then Cesar Rodney, a team that was up there, started off 0-2, but got a big win yesterday. They come to town. Then William Penn comes to town. Then Appo comes to town. Then they go to St. George's Tech, who's getting better and better. Then to Slasianum. So their schedule gets tough.
Yes.
I think they're hoping they can get healthy within a couple weeks and get back out there. But right now they are a team that, the loss to Hodgson isn't going to hurt them that much, other than now they trail in the Flight A standings.
Absolutely, and of course we'll keep an eye on the health of both Braden Davis and Colby Chambers, the quarterbacks from Middletown. So that will wrap it up and do it here live from Hodgson.
But don't forget, next week we will be at DMA.
How about that? We're going to check out the new stadium.
Yep, new stadium. St. Elizabeth's coming in. Last year, St. Elizabeth upset DMA.
Yep.
So that is going to be a great game. So next Friday night we will be at the new stadium at DMA.
Absolutely. That'll be our 302 Sports Game of the Week. So once again, for everybody involved here at Fox Sports 1290 and 302 Sports, this is Patrick Gariani's Jason Winchell signing off. We will see you next week. Thanks for watching on 302 Sports and listening on Fox Sports 1290. See you next week.
This has been the 302 Sports High School Football Game of the Week on Fox Sports 1290 and on iHeartRadio. Tonight's coverage has been presented by the United States Air Force. Your future awaits. Visit airforce.com. Thanks for listening.
All right, good stuff. Nick, thanks again in the studio, man. Appreciate it.
Yep, good job.
See ya. Yeah. Shut it down.